channel building amazing things. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create the UI from our wireframe, which we did in the previous video in this series. So today I'm going to quickly show you how to craft out the UI. So I have two pages here. I have the wireframe and the design. So in the design, I've already created the mood board. Don't worry about getting this file. The description is on the description. I left a link there where you can just click on the link, subscribe to my mailing list, and get this out of the box so that you can use it for your own design. So now I have the mood board. So the mood board is it's a tool in design that helps you get a feel of how your design is going to look like. Like I have the heading here, and I have the heading face to be Montserrat. I have the body to be Pompey's. I have the logo of the design. I have the kind of colors I want to use. You can see I'm using one color with the different shades and tint. I have the kind of images I want to use, and I have images of a lady smiling, so my app is going to look very exciting. And also I have some images of the headphone I want to use for this design. On my system, I have the pictures of the headphone. Also remember, when you click on the link in the description to get the files, you also download these images and use right away. So guys, I'm going to start designing immediately so I don't waste your time. And make sure you watch this video to the end. Like, subscribe, share if you really enjoyed the previous video, and if you're enjoying this very one now, please like, share, and subscribe. So what I'm going to do immediately, I'm going to lift this design and go to my UI in the middle place, paste it here. So I'm going to reduce this and drag it down here. So now I like looking at my mood board and designing straight up to design. So the first thing here is our logo. So I'm going to quickly delete this and select this logo, copy, and then I'll paste the logo right away inside this design. So I'm going to align this to the center. The next thing is I need to give this a fill color. So I'm going to select the fill and select this color. So meanwhile, I don't want this fill colors to be just one fill. I want it to be linear fill. So I'll select the fill and select under this drop down, make it linear. So I'm going to drag this linear towards this point and drag this towards this point. Fine. So if you look at the linear fill, one is completely filled, the other color have an opacity of 0. So I'm going to reduce the opacity, increase the opacity to 100 so that it's more visible. Then I'm going to add a tint, like add a light to this color, and this is what I want to achieve. Awesome. This kind of lightening gives it that exciting look of this lady, which I want to achieve. So I'm going to delete this immediately, delete that, and I'm going to copy this image and paste it here. That's what the wireframe is telling me. I need an image for that place. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to increase the size of this image, and I will just click on this proportional and make sure that it's checked, constraint proportions. Then I'm going to make the height to be like, say, 463 by height. Awesome. So I'm going to take it towards this point, and I think I'm okay with this here. So I'm going to flip it to the left, to the right by using Shift H. You flip with your Shift H command on the keyboard. So I can set this to be here, and I think this is fine. So it gives me that exciting look with the linear fill which I've added at the background. So the next thing is I'm going to rename this image to, I'll call it splash image. Then I'm going to select this frame and rename it to the logo. It's very necessary to rename your layout so that you can able to understand what's going on. Even though you're not doing it for yourself, if there are other people who are part of this project, they can really understand what you're doing. So this should be our button. And if you notice, the button is in front of the image. So I'm going to drag the image down to the bottom. So I'm going to Ctrl Z that. I'm dragging it down below the button. Oh, it went inside the button. So let me close the button and drag it below the button. Awesome. So the color for this I'm going to, if you look at the color, one is for the text. So this one for the text, I'm going to make it white by just clicking on this. And for the button, I'm going to click this and select the second fill here on my color palette. Awesome, we're done with the splash. How fast is this? Very fast. But we're not yet done. There are some little touches we need to make and our spacing, white spacing. So for this color, I'm going to select this color for it, and for the text, I'm going to make this text pompous, because if you look at our mood board, we have our body text to be pompous. So I'm going to set it to be pompous and set it a size of 14 and set this to be less than medium, and I think I'm okay with this. So the color for it as well, I'm going to use that second color on that palette I have there. So I'm going to make this to be centered and make it to be aligned center. Also, I will do that for the heading, and I will also do that for this logo. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm using a UI principle of 8 dpt, that I'm giving a spacing of in my typography to have like 8 dp, and if I want to give a larger space, I'll use 16 dp, 32 dpt. So I'm going to explain what I'm actually trying to say here. But meanwhile, for this, I want to drag this image to the top a little bit this way, and I'm going to drag this button down a little bit. I'm okay with that. Let me zoom in so we'll see what we have. Okay, this is looking nice already. So what I want to do is I need to set my nugget preferences. Go to preferences, set your notch amount. So you can set your small notch to be 1 and your big notch to be 8. Check out what you have on your own. So this will help me to align content for my typography, the spaces within, let's say this and this, and either anyways. So if you hold the option key on the keyboard, you see once you hover around a layout, you see the spacings around it. So I want the top to be, let's say, to be 48. So I can keep going down. If you're going down, you notice that I'm using a nudge of 1, 42 plus 1, that's 43. So if you want to use the 8 nudge, which is the last, you hold your shift and your option or your alternate and use. You can see it's making a nudge of 8. So this, we're going to set this to 48, and I think I'm okay with this. So the spacing within these two, I'm going to set it to be 16, and this I'm going to set it to be 8, and that's fine. So I think I'm okay with everything on the splash. We can be more creative. I can add some more creative things. So I can select this eclipse here, command copy, and I'll paste it inside the splash. So I'm going to drag this down to this point, and I want to make some kind of design there. So what I'll do is to reduce this to, let's say, 6 by 6, and let me zoom in so see what we'll have. Then I'm going to duplicate it. So I've duplicated it. I'm going to select the both of them, and I'll add auto layout with Shift A. Then I want this to be 8 spacing between the content. So I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to duplicate this and duplicate twice, and I'll duplicate the whole frame. So I'll select this 2 frame and make it auto layout as well. Then the spacing, I want it to be 8 as well. So I can duplicate this other one. I have 3. So I can select this and reduce the opacity of the color to 80%, so it doesn't outsmart. I can notice that this one is not reduced. Oh, everything is reduced. So it can, this look nice. I can drag it to this point. I noticed something was wrong there, so I've deleted that, set it. I think our splash is ready. So guys, let's quickly do our products. So I like moving my mood board around, but it's not like a standard. So I just move it around so that I can see very well what I'm doing with my design. So remember, the mood board gives you a feel of how your design is going to look like. So I'm going to copy the feel from this. So just use my command copy or control copy, depending on which windows you're using. So I'm going to paste it here right away and remove the fill of white. So this, trying to select all the text here, and also select this and this. Sorry, what next? This, okay, no, let's do that again. I'm going to select this, this, and see more, and this rectangle and this symbol, and also give it a color. So I want to give it a general color. Give it a general color of the second on the palette there. Awesome. So instead of giving them individually, I can give them once. So for this, I can select the color also as well and give it the second color on the palette. Fine. So guys, our design is coming out. For the icons, I can select white for them. It's wow, awesome. So Wireframe make your work faster and easier. So I'm going to select this two and also give it a color on the palette. So I'm going to select, where's the color? This color. Awesome. So this should show that this is selected already. So I'll double click, make sure I select the vector, not the frame, and I'll add a fill to it. And once I do that, the color of the fill should be this color. I think that's it. Fine. So the next thing is let's work on the cards for the different categories or the different product types. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to select the circle, the text inside, and I think I'm going to use the same color of this, and I'm going to select the rectangle of each of them, and then I'm going to give it a stroke fill of this background, and I'm going to add some shades to this color for the stroke. So to do that, I'll hold my shift and my arrow down to add some shade. You can see I'm adding shade, is becoming more darker, and I want something more lighter. The essence I picked the color initially is to have something similar to that color. So I think I'm okay with this. So the fill for each of this color of this eclipse, I'm going to make it, this is the color here, this is for the text, so I'm going to make it this color, and I think I'm okay with that color. So if I double click and select the eclipse, I can add a stroke to it, and the color of the stroke, I'm definitely going to pick this color, and that's fine. So let's see what we'll have. Okay, nice. So let's do that for this. So I'll add a stroke to the eclipse. So make sure you select the eclipse, add a stroke to it, and I'll click on the color, and I want the color to be this color. I'm going to do that for this one as well. Make sure you select the eclipse. So inside the group, we're selecting the eclipse, and I'll click on stroke. Sorry, let me close this, and I'll select the color and pick my pick tool, my color picker, and select on the line. Awesome. So we have something like this. This is looking great already. So how fast it is to make your UI design once you have your wireframes already. So for this as well, I'm going to the frame, the fill, I'm going to make it white, just like the other one, and for the stroke of the rectangle, so I'm going to change the color of the stroke. I'm going to make it this stroke color, so we'll have some kind of uniform. So I'm going to do this also for this. So the stroke, I'm going to select this for the stroke, and I think I'm okay with this. So for the rectangle, the fill, I want it to be white completely. So for this as well, I want it to be white. So I have the code for white, and I think this is okay for me. This as well, let's see the rectangle. Okay, it's not white, so we're going to make it white. Okay, that's nice. So for the rectangle, sorry, I'm going to make this white, and this as well, I'm going to make it white. Awesome. So the next thing is to make this color. I'm going to make it select our regular color, and I'm going to delete these images as well and delete this. It shows that it's an image, so I'll pick my image. I'm going to pick this as the first image. Command copy, and just do your Command V here, straight up. So I'll do Command X to cut it and select the frame, and do Command V. This way it pastes it immediately on the frame. So the size of this, I'm going to make the height to be, let's say, 142, and I'm going to set it here, right there. So let's get the other image, which is this. So Command copy, and I'll paste it right away. Then for the height also, I'll make it 142, and I'll use my Command X and Command V here, or Control X or Control V, depending on what you're using. So I'm definitely going to bring this here. Then I'm going to lock this image so I don't move it again, and also I'll bring this one down a little bit, and I'll also lock it. So for the text, I can bring the text down a little bit and also bring this down a little bit. So let's check the space within this and this. So using your option on alternate is 16. We can make it 8. And also let's do for this, we can make it 8 as well. Okay, pretty nice. What's left out of this design? So let's do some white spacing and be sure that we have the proper white spacing. And we can bring this down a little bit in case our phone has some notification at the top. So we can make it 48 or 32 might be okay. 32. Nice. Then this should be holding our option. This should be 24. Then I think I have to also pick the color from here. This the CDC, and make sure I have everything here to have that color. So I'm going to paste it. Oh, not looking so nice. So let's do Ctrl Z on that, and then we can select the stroke and pick this color and kind of add some shade to it, and we have something like this. That looks okay. So I'm going to copy this and implement it for this both of them and add it. Okay, that looks okay. I can add and can increase the shade. Yeah, I can go with that. I could do that as well. Yeah, and let me paste it immediately. Okay, fine. So I can check the spacing within this tool. So I'm going to make it a spacing of 16. This is okay. So we can select everything here and right click and say frame selection. So let's check the spacing. So 24, okay. So I'm going to select this, and let's check the spacing as well. Well, 32 not bad. So let's check the spacing here. So make it 16. So spacing for this, we're going to make it definitely 32 since we use 32 at the upper one. 32. Then the cuts, let's check the spacing. So make it 16. So nice. If you think this is a nice design, let me know in the comment section. If you really like this video, Also let me know in the comment section. Like, comment if you have any question, ask me in the comment section. I'll be there to answer you as soon as I can. So guys, let's quickly rush to the last, which is this. So I'm going to click on this and drag this here, and let's talk about the image. So I'm going to delete this, and I'll pick the image from this very one I have here, or you can go ahead. Sorry, where's my design going to? And let's just copy this image, and I'll paste it right here. Bam. So I can reduce this size. I can make this height 300, and I think I'm okay with this, and I'll bring it here. There's something that's left out of our design, but I'll surely go get it and know what's that. So I've increased it. So yeah, on the product page, sorry, I'm taking you guys back, I just remembered it. So there need to be a kind of notification. Let's make this 16 by 16. That tells the user that, okay, if you've added the product to the cart, what with that, how do I know that I've added the product to the cart? So this, that was left out on the UI, on the UX wireframing. So doesn't mean that you cannot do some changes here. So I'll definitely bring this to the front. You can right click and say bring to front. Where is it to bring? So let's see, and paste it back. So here's the 2, I'm dragging it to the top, and then yeah. So I'm setting the size to be 12, and I'm setting the color to be white. So I can set this right here, and I'll make it to be medium. So I think this is okay. So just align it properly, and I'm selecting everything, and I'm right clicking and saying frame selection. Okay, cool. I think that's all. So for the product page, I'm going to lift this, which we did on the splash, and just paste it here, and set it around there. I'm going to move this image a little bit here, and lock the image so I don't have to edit it anymore again. And this is fine over here. So guys, the next thing I want to do is give this a color. I'll use a color which is the dark green, kind of dark green, and I'll start also, I'll give it a color, that kind of dark green. So pretty fast to make your UI from wireframes. And our item color as well, I'm going to give it that color. For our button, I'm going to select the background, and this is for the text, so I'm going to add that. And for the background, I'm going to select this and make it this. Okay, looking nice. For colors, and I'm going to pick one of these colors, so I'm going to select this and pick one of this color. That way I can choose what kind of color I want to use. I can swap here. This is red, so I can take this kind of lighter red. So for this, I can say, okay, let's go blue, and go with a kind of lighter blue. I don't know how this blue looks like. Is that really blue? Okay, I think this is what I want. So for this, I'm going to select this, and the color for all of them, I'm going to make it black, not very thick black, with a little lightening in it. So this is looking awesome already. What's left out of this design? So I'm going to reduce this. I don't want it to overshadow other things I'm doing, so I can use my shift and my up to reduce it a little bit, and I'll do that for the frame as well. I'm going to do this a little bit, and cool. So this, I'm going to make it medium. Right, looking nice. Our design is coming out just like what we have on our frame. So I'm going to be more creative here in the background of this product. So what I want to do here, I know this is the most interesting part of this design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select a rectangle and just make a height like this. Let's say 104 for the width. So let's duplicate this to 5 places. So Command D, 1 duplicate, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to pick the colors randomly from this. So I'm going to pick the first color should be this, and the next color should be this. The next one should be this, and the last one, that's the last, sorry, second to the last should be this, and the last one. Very interesting. Very interesting. So guys, cool, what do you think about this? So I'm going to right click and say group, then I'm going to drag it into this frame. Awesome. So I can right click and say bring back, send backward or something, and send it backward again, send it back, and this is okay. Wow guys, this thing is looking very interesting. And I'm going to select this and let's do some arrangement this way, and drag it this way, and increase the width and bring it up like this, and also increase the width down here. Then let me lock it up. This is awesome. So I'm going to unlock this image on this product. I think I need to rearrange the image. So this, the image is locked. I'll unlock it. So sorry about that. It was supposed to be the image. So I'll do that this way. And let's rearrange this as well. Awesome. So guys, we have something. Oh, there's something left out of the UX. I want to go back from the product, from a particular product to the product page. How do I go back? So I think that was left out. So I can right click and go to plugins and go to feather icons. And let's see how fast the feather icon is going to come out. Okay, awesome. And I need something like an arrow that takes me back. So I'm going to pick this. So where is it? Okay, added here. So I use my command X and select the frame I want it to be, and command V. I have it here. So I can set an auto layout. Yeah, set an auto layout, and I'll make it center, and the spacing around it I can make it 16, and fill color should be white. So let's take it to this point. Also pretty fast and easy. And let's add some corner radius around it to be 2. So let me zoom in and see what we have. Nice. So turn on my grid line, so I align it properly to the grid line. And then let's check the spacing with the frame. Let me turn off this grid line. Let's check this spacing. To the top is 40. I think the spacing is okay. So guys, we're done with the UI so fast and easy because we did the wireframe. Remember guys, if you like this video, like, comment, share. Sharing is very important to me. Share it to everyone. I want this video to go viral. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video where I do the prototyping of this design. Guys, bye. Stay blessed.